Welcome back to our final segment of the night. For far too long, powerful NGOs bankrolled by left-wing billionaires have operated in the shadows, funneling money into causes that do not just push politics, but in some cases fuel chaos and violence across this country. The Trump administration has decided that it is time to follow the money, expose the networks, and use every legal tool available to hold them accountable. So joining me now to talk about that is legal expert and host of the What's Right show, Sam Mirej. Sam, great to have you back on.
Amanda, great to be with you.
What's the poison pill for these organizations? There's got to be something that hits them right at the heart that just annihilates them.
Money.
Yeah.
It's all about money. Every little bit of this, Amanda, costs money. And what you have is you have a network of donors that are funneling cash to people that are destroying our country. And the administration is exactly over the target right now. Designating Antifa as a domestic terror network is going to help dismantle this. Now, notice, I mean, the first thing that they said, well, Antifa is a nebulous, organization. It's not really centralized. Well, neither was Al-Qaeda or the mafia. Mm-hmm. But in both cases, the government made a point of going after it. And there is absolutely an organized network of people that are funding domestic terror operations. And so the Trump administration is exactly right in pursuing this. And I think we're going to notice a little bit of a difference in the country as they begin to go about this.
So RICO is totally on the table, because if you look at the structure of these organizations, I mean, it's pretty much a pyramid that heads straight to the top. You've got the Don structure and the lower bosses when they used to be prosecuting mobs across this country. I mean, it seems to me like RICO is a slam dunk.
It absolutely is. And if we think back to January and the riots in California, one of the things that we saw is, we had pallets of cinder block bricks and other materials that were being shipped in and that were, hurting police officers and damaging, public property and federal property. Every single person that participated in the purchasing and procurement of those materials would be basically, consumed into this conspiracy and would be brought in under the RICO statute. And it's the right way to go about it, because I think for years, Amanda, these people just, dropped in hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and then sort of walked away from it and felt that they were untouchable. And if you go after the funding, you cut off the head of the whole beast. And I think that this is one of the most important things that Trump can do to begin to scale back this, this faux activism, this sort of, it's always been imaginary that this is a public uprising. It's literally funded by a handful of people, a handful of organizations in this country, and it's doing great harm.
Absolutely. I want to ask you about the Trump effect in other countries, because after President Trump designated Antifa a terrorist organization, then Viktor Orbán in Hungary followed suit. Now, why do I bring up Hungary? As you know, Sam, our audience might not know, Hungary is the proud home of George Soros. So does it help out our efforts stateside in tackling this and going after and prosecuting, investigating Antifa, when we've got a partner in Hungary who's also willing to say, hey, we've got some operations here that originated with this guy, a Hungarian American, George Soros. Does that help us out in these efforts at all?
Sure, it can. Okay. And people have to understand there's an international network here. It goes beyond our borders. I just got back from the Czech Republic. I was there last week, and I heard from a number of people who told me literally that Czech journalists and politicians were missing their payments on their homes and their cars, and the reason for it was, simply put, USAID put them out of business. It all goes back to the money. If we can dismantle the funds, if we can go to the core of the network that is funding all of this anti-American machine, domestically, internationally, wherever it finds itself, I think we win, because in the marketplace of ideas, we're on the right side of things. it's been all of this shady money, this invisible money, some of it honestly coming from us taxpayers, which is infuriating, that has been disseminated and spread about the world. And it's all been designed to hurt Trump, to hurt conservatism, to hurt the Make America Great Again movement. And bringing it to a head here, I think, is going to make a big difference.
Yeah. Sam Mirej, tell everybody before we go where they can find your show.
At What's Right Sam is my Twitter account, and the What's Right Show, anywhere you get your podcast. We're based here in Las Vegas, but we're global, and we talk about national and international issues. Thank you.
I love it. Thanks so much. All right, everybody, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you back here Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and on Sunday, remember that coverage on RAP of Charlie Kirk's memorial service.